Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome to my Europe Pack DLC kind of overview. I'm doing a little bit different this time. Normally, when the DLCs would come out, I would do like I'd quickly throw together habitats and just kind of lay out all the new pieces for you. But I wanted to try something a little bit different this time, so I actually made a little mini zoo, which I think turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. I just kind of wanted to, instead of like laying out all the pieces, I wanted to just kind of showcase the overall look of this pack. So there's lots of stuff to dive into. Of course, there are 4 new animals and an exhibit animal. There's the Eurasian lynx, alpine ibex, European badger, European fallow deer, and the fire salamander. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff. And of course, this is a typical pack that comes with the 250 building pieces, which of course is Europe themed, and there's a lot of influence here from like Italy and France, the Netherlands, Switzerland, things like that. And I think it's really good. Maybe, I feel like I'm saying this lately with every new pack, but I feel like for the builders out there, this is probably top 3 DLCs that have come out so far. There are so many good pieces. But yeah, let's take a look at the animals. So first of all, over here we have the ibex, who are hiding out somewhere. So here's one. Here they are. They're all hiding out. Here's a female, but they look so good. And I like their little tongues that kind of stick out. The males look pretty good, even though he's currently sleeping. But man, the animal models I feel like just keep getting better and better with every pack that comes out. Looks so good. There's some new enrichment items for these guys. So there's this rock climbing structure, which kind of just looks like the faux rocks to me, that they just kind of put together in it is one single piece, but that is an enrichment item because they like to climb all over it. There's also a new feeder enrichment, which is like a scarecrow. This one is currently already been used, as you can see, but this can be used by the ibex and the deer and a bunch of other animals as well. So this one's pretty cool. I like that one. Over here we have the European badger. These guys, the badger doesn't give a damn. These guys are so cool. Love the stripes on their faces, and they're just they're pretty small. They don't require very big habitat. I gave them this is even probably twice as much size as they like. I also they're very shy. So I ended up, originally when I built this, the barrier was down at this height, and they were all getting super stressed out, the badgers. So I put one-way glass here and raised the barrier up, and they're much happier. So something to keep in mind. And then you can see here we've got another enrichment item. I don't know if it's considered an enrichment item, but they're burrows. They can be used by the badgers and the aardvarks. And to use these guys, you have a whole thing. It tells you the capacity, how many are in there. It shows you the suitability, which obviously being in the badger habitat, and it shows you who is currently in there. But the other really awesome thing is you can go into camera view. So very much like the habitat cameras we got a couple updates ago. I think it was with the Africa DLC. It's got the scan lines and everything, but pretty cool. Just a neat little extra little tidbit there. But one of the cool things you can do with that is if you take a billboard or even an education board, this is just a regular education board, it actually links up to that camera that's in the burrow, and when they're down there, you can actually see them moving around. The only thing, and I wish there was one down there right now, I would say about this is it's very low quality, like the video. I don't know how they render it like in the background, but it almost looks like still images that just update really quickly, if that makes sense. So I don't know, hopefully that's something that they could maybe fine-tune a little bit going forward. The other thing is we have the fire salamander, these guys over here, they're very, very tiny. You can see one right there. They look super good, as do most of the lizards and everything that they add. But yeah, these guys are super cool looking. Like their little feet, their little lizard feet. And then here we have the European fallow deer. And these are just like kind of I feel like just the typical deer. At least where I live, I mean, I'm in the States, but they just look like deer that we have kind of around here, except for the males. These horns or antlers are, those are pretty sweet looking. Yeah, check that guy out. So cool. Oh, here you can see the little feeder scarecrow. He's about to get eaten. He's probably not going to be too happy. You can see the deer kind of chomping at it, and then eventually, like, it'll just kind of like the hat will be down here and all that stuff. So, but that's a pretty cool feeder. And finally, the Eurasian lynx. So we got another cat, and these guys are cool too because they love to climb over everything. Question is, where are they? Where are they? I've got lots of little caves and things. This habitat itself is actually, oh yeah, they're both sleeping, just like a real zoo. But this habitat itself is actually one I made a long time ago. It's actually up on my Steam Workshop, which the link is down below if you'd like to check that out. But I figured I actually made this for the snow leopard, and I was like, you know what? I bet that's going to work pretty well for the lynx. So they're sleeping, of course, just like a real zoo. There's lots of new building pieces as well, which I think my absolute favorite is this new stone wall. And we have like a whole lot of the regular pieces that you would expect, as well as a couple non-grid items, but just like super detailed. I love it. Also flexi color, and as with the last view packs, just about everything is flexi color. So seems like they're finally kind of listening, because they know how much we like flexi color. Also, we have some stained glass. Like, how freaking cool is that? So we got some like stained glass pieces. Just looks really good. And then probably after the stone wall, probably my favorite pieces are the decals. And this, I can tell I'm going to be using an awful lot. So it just adds like a little bit of like surface damage, and it's got great depth to it. So it actually looks like, you know, it's got a little bit, like you can see behind the stones there. But yeah, it's just, oh, I love these decals. They're so good. And we have different ones as well. So we've got like brick. So I don't know, say over here at the mud wall, maybe there's like a brick texture, you know, behind the mud. So you could do stuff like that. Or you could say maybe there's maybe there's that stone behind the mud walls as well, right? So just like, oh man, so cool, love it. We also have like it's called like grunge, so just if you want to make it kind of like just old and like sort of somewhat like dirty looking, you could do that. It's just super cool, love that so much. Another one of my favorite things is actually a very small one. We actually have some new lights and candles. So you can see these, and the best thing about these, in my opinion, is that they're like tabletop size. So we've got a couple different like candle holders that give off light. Then we just have like a regular candle. It's got a really nice flame on it. So these are things I've been wanting for a while, or like tabletop sized lights. So I'm glad that we got some of those. We also have like ceiling fans, because of course we have like restaurants now as part of the free update. So I feel like the ceiling fans go well in like a restaurant. We have some neon signs which look really good. I like the coffee mug as well. We even have like LED tube lights, so you could make your own like neon signs, or you know, just illuminated. You could, I mean, there's so many possibilities you could do with these LED tube lights. And if you notice here, actually, like, I don't know if I want to feel salty about this, but we have these new patio heaters. And if you've been following like my channel, or like the my Arctic zoo that I made, I actually made my own patio heaters, and I'm like, oh, kind of wish we had those before, but either way, the patio heaters are nice. They have a really great flame effect, good detail, and they obviously provide warmth as well. We have these other little lights here, like little lit up signs, so one for each of the new animals. As part of the free update, we have these this really great like food truck piece. Let me flip it back to daytime. And the cool thing about that is it has it. I put a candle in here. It has its own details on the inside, but what you can do is we have the new boxless shops. So you can see here's like a cosmic cow. So it's basically, it's like the shop, but it's literally just the counter and like the POS machine and all that stuff. So for the food truck, all you do is take one of those and you just put it in here. For this one, I did the Bernie's Bakes little cupcake shop. People are going crazy for. I also did another like little kind of food truck area over here. We've got like some patio heaters and tables. Nobody seems to want hot dogs right now. Everyone's going for the drinks, but yeah, definitely love the food truck piece. And then of course the boxless shops is a huge addition to the game, because that just opens up all kinds of creative possibilities. For instance, in my current zoo, Meridian Springs, which is a Horizon Zero Dawn inspired zoo, I'll link the playlist up at the top if you want to check that out. But I made a lot of kind of implied open air stalls, like market stalls. So I'm looking forward to getting in there and making some of those actually usable, because we have the counters now. So very cool. Happy about that. One of the other great additions in the 1.8 update that's free is restaurants, which we had, if you played Planet Coaster, we had restaurants in Planet Coaster. But the cool thing about this is they kind of expanded the functionality a little bit, and they're actually usable. So you have like a really nice little patio here. So what happens is the guests come over here, they order, kind of like in the same area as like a regular like box shop, and then people, you can watch them, they come over here, they go through that side, and then now the guy is sitting there. So it would be nice if they could just like actually just walk through it, but as you can see, it's actually there is a box here. I would have liked to see him just be able to like walk out here and sit at the tables, but still very, very cool. I like the open kitchen so the guests can watch. It's definitely like a fad in the restaurant business in the last few, like, I don't know, 10 years, to have these like open kitchens so you can watch everybody cook. So it's very, very cool. The restaurants, it adds a lot of extra functionality that we didn't have with the restaurants in Planet Coaster. So these are included, like I said, in the free 1.8 update. So if you have the game, you already have restaurants. There's also a couple new ways your guests can get into your zoo. So we have these new ferries here. Well, one ferry, and but we have two different versions. One is just a regular scenery piece like this, and another one is an actual zoo entrance. So the creative builders out there have kind of been doing this for a while, like making their own entrances from like buses and boats and things like that. I'm one of them, so it's very cool that they added this. There's also buses as well. We have these new coach pieces, and like the ferry, you have either like an entrance version or you just have a regular scenery piece. Very, very cool addition. I'm glad that they added stuff like this just to give us more options for those of us who like to be extra creative and don't want to just use the regular kind of pre-built entrance, which I actually removed in this zoo. It was right there, so I just removed it. But yeah, you can see here, so I just made these like little docks, and then yeah, they're very anxious to go home right now, but I just thought it was a cool idea. I actually even added one of the other scenery pieces over here. I put a couple water effects to try to give the illusion that maybe it's moving, you know, it's bringing a fresh batch of guests over to our zoo here. So yeah, a very, very, very cool update. Like I said, lots of new building pieces that I'm excited to get into, especially the like kind of cobblestone, because I've kind of tried to make my own cobblestone using different rocks and the faux rocks, and so these just look fantastic. We'll save on piece count as well. Yeah, you guys let me know what you're most excited about with this pack and the free update. Is it the restaurants? Is it the new entrances? Is it the animals? So much good stuff. I'm excited to see what everybody builds from this pack. Also, if you're interested in downloading this zoo and checking it out for yourself, it is up on the Steam Workshop right now. Again, the link to that is in the description below. So as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.